Oh! Ho, ho, ho! She wanna fuck. Nigga, I cannot find my Philly hat, my nigga. Oh my god, I'm sick. The time I actually need the fucking Philly hat, man. In the middle of moving, bro. Damn, bro. In the middle of moving, can't find a Philly hat now. Tough. That is tough, man. That's tough. Damn. In the middle of moving, can't find a fucking Philly hat. Fuck. Oh my god. She went. Hold on.
Still in love.
She got a man, dick too small, she wanna fuck. That's all, I pull up. One call, I'm still a cane at her heart at my dog.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Say, man.
She got a man, bang too small, she wanna fuck. That's all, I pull up. One call, I'm still a cane at her heart at my dog. Red flag, waving like the ocean. Houston girl got motion. How the fuck you know we in time? You're way too good at scrolling. You must know James Harden. You're way too good at bowling. Nigga better not call me. Grab. Ayy, sliding around, looking for things that I never found. Pop pinky ring, girl, I get around. She got a man, but that's all around. She got a man, dick too small, she wanna fuck.
Pray for times like this, nigga! Hey, you Philly niggas used to pray! Hold on. We gotta bring it back. That conference finals talk! Shut up, nigga! Shut the fuck up! Yeah, nigga! Yeah! Okay. Give the link to Huntington. Fuck it, bro. Alright, get. Hey, while I piece this shit together, just go ahead and. Nah, I can't lie. I can't, bro. Nah, I can't, bro. He deserves it, bro. I can't lie. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. He deserves it, bro. I can't even lie to you, bro. He deserves it, man. Fuck. He deserves it. Oh man. Hell of a process. Oh man. We are live reacting to the LeBron news. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. I cannot lie. Man, I can't lie to y'all, bro. I cannot lie. This is crazy. This is the definition of bonkers. This is ludicrous. This is crazy. First and foremost, I would like a round of applause for not making a bunch of LeBron James videos over the past week and some change now, because every other day there was an update about where LeBron was going to go from people who clearly had no idea where LeBron was going to go. Because the team he eventually chose was a team that no one was really reporting about at all. And I would also like to receive some credit. The one time I actually did make a LeBron video, the team that he eventually chose was the team that I suggested. If you go back and watch that video, him choosing Philly is the team that I suggested. However, as I just sat there and alluded to, it is true. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option, courtesy of Clutch Sports Group. Man, crazy, right? Crazy, right? Now, how did we get here? Because I want to be clear, like I said before, I want a round of applause for not making a bunch of videos and milking it and flooding your inbox with a bunch of videos that were complete nonsense, because there's been a lot of nonsense and frenzy over the last week and a half now, effectively. Everything from Pat Bev claiming that he knew that LeBron was going to, I know he's going to actually make this announcement, and that day came and went, nothing happened. Then you had Adam Silver literally, hold on, wait. Let me make sure. Okay. Hold on. A bunch of nonsense behind the scenes chat. Where was that? The reason why I'm trying to do this all in kind of sort of one take is because this is going on Low Post. Also, be very mindful. This is going on Low Post. So let's let's calm down a little bit out there. All right, y'all calm down in the comments in the stream. You said the mic is too low. I'll up the mic for you. Please forgive the thunderstorm in the background as well. But this is going on Low Post, not low lights. All right, so keep a couple of those comments to yourself, right? All right. Yeah, we can. Did they say something crazy on to the Baja? All right, whatever. All right, let me do this first. Let me do this first. Oh yeah, it has been a frenzy, definitely a doozy. Everything from Pat Bev claiming that he knew when LeBron was going to make this announcement, that day came and went, nothing happened. Then you had Adam Silver literally begging and pleading with LeBron, please hurry up and make your decision so we can finish the NBA schedule because a bunch of networks are waiting for you. Then you had LeBron out in Fanatics Fest, and if you dug a little too deep into his words and terminology, you would have came away from that interview believing that you knew exactly where LeBron was going to go. And then you had Rich Paul with a whiteboard and a podcast. And outside of like the first 2 episodes, ever since then, Rich has literally been saying nothing. I don't know why you all kept uploading the clips from the pod and, oh, Rich, he says something else. He was saying nothing. He didn't know what was going on. And he is, to be fair, openly admitted it. But then there was like very credible news, or at least seemed to be very credible news over the past handful of days from someone losing their job over in Miami at the official YouTube page for accidentally leaking or making public a video that was seemed like to be in preparation of LeBron's announcement as he was going to join Miami on July 27th. To that individual, sorry you lost your job. Tough economy, brother, but that is a mistake. Definitely a mistake. And then you had Draymond and Steve Kerr. They were teasing us. Then you had reports claiming that the Warriors could potentially trade for Anthony Davis if they want to get Draymond. I mean, or God damn. Then you had a bunch of reports claiming that the Warriors, if they were to trade for AD, what they would have to give up in return, and if they get AD, then they effectively got LeBron. Then you had Draymond saying, "Hey, Bronny, you know I'm already willing to take a pay cut. I'll take a pay cut for you, and I'll go sit in the corner and be PJ Tucker." Not trolling. That's literally what he said on his podcast. So there was a bunch of shaboinging left, right, up, and down for LeBron. And yet here he is choosing the team that, again, nobody really was talking about. But the team, in my opinion, that is the perfect fit for him, and the team that I also predicted a couple of weeks ago when I made my video about where he potentially was going to go. And again, they are the Philadelphia 76ers. So why exactly do I say that? Well, first, now why exactly do I say that? Well, I'll tell you that right after a words from today's sponsors, and they are Cozy Earth. All right, that's the intro. Let me stop the recording real quick. All right, a couple of things before we keep going down this path. Um, it is so fascinating to me, and I'm not gonna say no names yet, but we will. I'm gonna read. I'm not gonna read it to y'all, but I am going to figure out what exactly is being said. I'm gonna say this though. Hold on, let me upload this intro real quick. Braun to Philly intro, just so we can already have this prepared. Can y'all hear the thunderstorm in the background? Let me know if y'all can hear that thunderstorm in the background, because damn, that shit sounds loud to me. Damn, it's that bad? God damn. Oh my god. Um Damn, bro, that's crazy. But it is what it is. I literally can't. I can't. It adds aura though. Say less. Um, as you all can see behind me, I am in the middle of moving. I was trying to get my Philly. God damn. It's like every other team except for the fucking Philly team. What the fuck? Damn, I'm like literally every single team. I want to say this as I'm getting a DM right now as I speak. Um, on low lights, I am not going to alter the way in which I speak or the way in which I address certain people in the space, especially when I know when I do so, it is all very um it is very, very comedic, humorous, while also still being extremely informed as well. So yeah, I want to be clear on that. And I also pick and choose the stories that I decide to talk about. So Um, yeah, I'm mute reading. I just wanted to scan through what was said to me. Um, I'll address it in the video, but I will say this. Um, Again, I think I do a very, very fair chance and opportunity to giving people a lot of grace in the attempt of whatever they want to say, and when that isn't given back to me, it makes me want to say even further that I really don't give a fuck about what you got to say, especially when especially when the individuals that is in reference, you all make claims about certain people while also being fairly ill-informed as you all did to me. But we'll touch upon that after I get done with this video. Yeah, we'll touch upon that after we'll touch upon that after this video. Yeah. All right. So, get the Henny ready. Nah, brother. We drinking agua over here. All right, let's get back to the video real quick. Also, if Toyin or anybody is watching this, the intro is already in the stream. And matter, let me put that in there for him, right in the drive. This nigga L Dog said, "Wake up." Braun is a Philly. Intro is in the drive. All right. So, why exactly do I believe that LeBron is best fitted out in Philadelphia? Again, this is something that I stated before it even happened, but the reason for this is because everything really does fall into place for LeBron to not only be maximized from an individual standpoint, in particular at the age that he's at right now, but more importantly, a lot of the other options, they really and truly did not have complementary pieces to aid LeBron in not only maximizing who he is, but also raising the ceiling for everyone else as well. Probably the biggest probably the biggest hurdle that I do believe a lot of teams had to overcome in the attempt to acquire LeBron was not only financially, but also trying to figure out a way where there isn't a redundancy in his passing and playmaking. If he went out in Cleveland, yes, James Harden, you decided to opt out to give more wiggle room, but again, just far too redundant. Then you had Draymond out there with Golden State. Yes, I know you said you're going to, God damn. Then you had Draymond out in Golden State. Yes, I know you said that you were willing to be PJ Tucker, but I mean, at the end of the day, it still works with you being on ball and Curry kind of moving around. And as soon as they were unable to get Anthony Davis, I do believe, as many other reports claim, a lot of that was then ruled out from the POV of LeBron putting on a Warriors jersey. Then you had LeBron going to Miami. And this is where I think a lot of people were pretty consistently saying that this is his best chance to win a championship and they fit really well. In my humble opinion, I just didn't see it. I believe that that team needed as much floor spacing as possible because the front court that's going to feature because a front court that was going to feature both Giannis and Bam was going to be extraordinarily Jesus. Yo, the Thunder is crazy. Um, because a front court that was going to feature both Giannis and Bam, that was already an awkward fit. LeBron being in the mix coming off of a season where he really wasn't that great of a three-point shooter, and also his shot has been a bit inconsistent from time to time as a Laker. I just didn't see the fit working out well out there with the Miami Heat as much as a lot of other people have claimed to be. But in Philly, his passing and playmaking is not only complemented by a bunch of play finishers, individuals who are fast, athletic, but more importantly, it is a necessity. So the biggest attribute that LeBron provides to a team will aid someone like Tyrese Maxey, who's been trying to develop as a passer and playmaker, but clearly him being a combo guard or him being on ball, he's not the same passer and playmaker of a James Harden who he's grown and learned up under, and he's not even as good as a passer and playmaker as someone like LeBron. VJ Edgecombe, he too has grown very quickly, and I do believe, and we'll talk about this later, VJ's ascension And I do believe, and we're going to talk about this later, VJ's ascension did kind of propel themselves into this conversation. How quickly he impressed in his rookie season, all that worked. But again, someone like VJ is best suited if he has someone around him who, once more, is a passer and playmaker. And then you had Jaylen Brown, where I do believe that was the piece that probably really convinced LeBron to make the decision to go over there. Hold on. Okay. And then and then you had Jaylen Brown, and I do believe the ascension. And then you had Jaylen Brown, and I do believe the addition of JB really did propel LeBron into this direction. If they still had Paul George, I don't necessarily know how I feel about LeBron being on his team from that perspective, even though I do think, PG was a really good fit, better three-point shooter, does provide more floor spacing than what this roster has. But Jaylen Brown is another player who is going to thrive by having somebody who can initiate the offense, set him up, make things far more easier for him. And so the biggest attribute that LeBron can really add to any team in the NBA, his IQ, his passing and playmaking, that was not only a necessity and it will maximize who he is on this roster, but also maximize everyone else as well. Now, the other attribute as well. Now, the other attribute as well. Now, the other thing to take into consideration about LeBron going to Philly, like I stated before, is VJ Edgecombe. I truly believe how impressive he was in the beginning part of his rookie campaign is a huge reason why not only LeBron, but also Philly believe that, hey, we are much closer than what we believe that we are from winning a championship. I stated this before in previous videos about how if you are a team in the NBA at this point, if you can find a rotational player who is on a rookie deal, not making that much money at all, bro, that, in my opinion, outside of getting your star and your franchise player, that player is the second most important piece to winning a championship because you have to fill out a roster with a bunch of players who are overachieving from a dollar to production standpoint, right? So VJ being very, very impressive on both sides of the floor in his rookie season is something that also has aided them significantly. He was great on ball as a defender, showed a lot of potential in those regards. Kind of gambled a little bit off ball, but I do believe having a situation where you have another veteran in LeBron that can really help you out and grow and mature your game, especially if this is going to be longer than just 1 year. VJ definitely helped him in this regard. Being a rotational player, starting caliber player on a rookie contract did make enough wiggle room to make a lot of things work and give them more flexibility to add even more things on their bench. You then also add the other additions in the offseason, regardless if it was Jaylen Brown, LeBron, you have Anthony Simons, you have Wade. The team has really filled out itself. Quick question to the chat. Is Bona still on the team? Because Bona was another guy that I watched in Philly last year that he is. Oh, there you have it. Bona is well coming off the bench, and I do believe what I saw out of him, great hustle guy, great energy coming off of the bench. That's another individual that will be able to receive a lot more minutes because there actually is a legitimate passer and playmaker on the floor. And so he'll be a bit more productive as well because of LeBron. So there's a lot of things in which this team can provide on the offensive side of the floor between floor spacing, passers, playmaking. So there's a lot of things that this team can provide on the offensive side of the floor in terms of floor spacing, energy, up and down play, transition work with Maxey. Now you add Jaylen Brown. Like, there's a lot of things that you can add around LeBron that is going to make things work out and maximize everything. But more importantly as well, this is a very unique situation to where LeBron's passing and playmaking is needed and is something to help maximize him and everybody else. But also, they're in a situation where there's a lot of other quality offensive pieces as well. So, yes, Maxey is going to need somebody to help him handle and distribute, but Maxey is not so bad at it to where, like, LeBron can't, sit back and relax for a second or even miss some games, and Maxey has the capability of going out there and still winning games on his own alongside Jaylen Brown and VJ Edgecombe. Also, speaking about VJ and Maxey, their ability to win as many... Also, speaking of VJ and Maxey, their ability to win as many games as they did last year with Embiid missing time and Paul George, he's dealing with a bunch of other things off the court as well. So the fact that both PG and Embiid, they missed a lot of time last season, and yet the Sixers were still very impressive. That was another thing that really caught my eye earlier on in the season that made me believe that in the right circumstance, bro, Philly can really put themselves in a position to make a deep postseason run. Again, things kind of fell apart in the second round, but obviously a lot of things do center around the idea of Embiid and his health and when he's available. But now with LeBron on the roster and Jaylen Brown, you're going to have personnel that will make things far easier for Embiid, for him to miss as much time as possible. And quite frankly, that's needed throughout an 82-game regular season to properly prepare himself for a deep postseason run, which, in my opinion, that to me is the biggest, of course, question mark and what if. But to me, that is also probably the biggest upside as well. Joel Embiid is about to go into a season where, in my opinion, the first time in his career where he has the ability to really take a step back, chill, relax, not overwork himself in the regular season, be on a minutes restriction, get a little rhythm underneath his wing with some of the other players, especially the new acquisitions, and be properly prepared for postseason basketball. We saw what that looked like in that first round against the Boston Celtics. You're down 1-3, and B gets inserted into the action, and he changed everything. And I do mean everything. And so Embiid having somebody like a LeBron James on the roster not only means very similar to where he was at a few years ago when he was playing at an MVP status and he had an elite passer and playmaker in James Harden. And I'm just going to assume that Embiid, when he figures out how to work well with LeBron, he too will continue to get maximized in those regards. But more importantly, bro, Embiid being able to chill and relax and have a roster that he can lean on, regardless of it's on the court or when he's on the bench missing time, that is, in my opinion, that is the scariest outcome of all of this. Because Embiid being able to chill during the regular season and ramp it up in the postseason and even do it in spurts and moments, because again, even in the postseason, let's just say he's still on a minutes restriction. Bro, Embiid might be able to give you some of the most impactful 25 to 30 minutes of action in first, second, and third round. So, in my opinion, it wasn't even close. And I said this 2 weeks ago. Embiid, excuse me. So, in my opinion, it wasn't even close. And I said this 2 weeks ago. The Sixers were the best opportunity, the best chance for LeBron, especially of the teams that he had on his whiteboard in Rich Paul. LeBron going to Philly made the most sense. It made way too much sense. Floor spacing, athleticism, some young players, young who are available. Jaylen Brown, VJ, and Maxey, they're going to play a lot of games as well. All those things kind of culminated into a fit, in my opinion, that made way too much sense. And I like I said it 2 weeks ago, I don't even know why it took this long to come to this conclusion, because when you stop and really look at all of his options, Philly was by far the best, like not even close. They were the best opportunity and chance for him to be on a team that made sense, maximize what he could or could not be from an individual standpoint, win a championship potentially, and put themselves in a situation. Of course, I see the chat saying Spurs. Yes, San Antonio would have been that. But if they were not considering San Antonio, and some of the reports claiming that San Antonio really were not considering LeBron as well, if that's off the table, bro, the Sixers were easily, and I do mean easily, the best opportunity for him. So shout out to LeBron. Shout out to Philly. Hell of a way to go through this process, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. Crazy way to go through the process era, from Ben Simmons to Jimmy Butler to here we are now with VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and LeBron all surrounding Joel Embiid. Hell of a way, and I do mean hell of a way for all this to transpire. Also, a crazy way, and I'm going to talk about this in another video on lowlights, but crazy for Colin Cowherd to say, hey, Bron, don't worry. You can go and retire. We have Ben Simmons. Just for LeBron to effectively replace Ben Simmons on this team, that's crazy. All that is crazy. We'll talk about it more and more, but shout out to Philly. Easily the biggest winners in this offseason, and I don't even think it's remotely close. They were able to go from Paul George to Jaylen Brown. They were able to add LeBron James, fill out their 4 spot, get the passer and playmaker that they desperately needed, someone with IQ and experience as well to aid a lot of the younger players in growing and developing, all at little to no money. Like, they are very clearly the biggest winners in the offseason, and I don't even think it's remotely close. But hey, Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. And for all my other thoughts around this acquisition of LeBron going to Philly, I'll be uploading them on my other channel, Low Light. So make sure you go check that out. And until then, I'll see you all later. Peace. All right. Quickly. Hold on. I'm all over the place. Hold on. Where's Twitch at? Okay. What are y'all saying? Nigga said Low was stuttering crazy. Somebody deleted it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. The only time I don't fucking stutter bad, and like y'all saying like, oh, that was bad, or some people saying it was bad, nigga, that is like not gonna hold you. If you listen to my actual recordings, it is much worse when I'm not streaming. I don't know why, but when I stream, I speak much more fluently with you all. I don't know. It's not even an explanation. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of comfortable around you niggas, man. So I fuck with y'all niggas, man. Kind of comfortable with y'all niggas, man. I really don't do that much stuttering and shit. A video that just took me about 20, 30 minutes. Not even that, like 20, yeah, about 20, 25 minutes. Deadass would take me normally like 45 minutes. It is actually crazy. It's actually crazy, like the difference. I want to see something. Was Philly a good passing team last year? I don't think they were. I don't think like the assists were there like that. It's kind of hard to say though because yeah, Philly was basically average on both sides of the floor. So Philly was basically average on both sides of the floor, and yet they still were able to pull off 45 wins. But in particular, offensively, you can see a noticeable increase on that side of the ball, not only from a shot creation standpoint with Jaylen Brown, but in particular, assists were literally at the bottom of the league, 29th in the NBA. So not enough assists and passing being generated for everybody else. LeBron will clearly add to that. And again, that is a major hole that this team has to fill. And it was a big contributing factor to why their offense was relatively middle of the pack for the entire season last year. All right. Perfect. All right. Let me upload that. Now. All right, now let me get to the now chat. Get to the motherfucking low lights bullshit, man. I was recording that other part so we can get right to it. Your boy LeBron done gone to Philly, man. He went, hey, I ain't gonna lie, this motherfucker pulled the exact same move as Will Smith. Brother, you trying to be Will Smith so bad, bro. You did what the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did in the opposite, bro. This nigga trying to be Will so bad, bro. He trying to be Will Smith so bad. Bro, this nigga corny, bro. That's crazy. He corny. This nigga corny, bro. All right, now that I got all the the technical stuff down, Low Post is already uploaded. Let me tell him that Low Post recording already uploaded to the drive. All right. Let's get into the shenanigans, man. All right, so y'all said that LeBron, he already made some posts on Twitter. So let's read alongside with it as well. See what Bron had to say, because this is pretty extensive. Bron normally does not tweet this much. So let's read along what he had to say. First, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game. Damn, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's deep as fuck. Wow. That's actually so deep, I probably should have put it in the video. That's actually very, very deep. Wow. Wow. Okay, y'all are trolling. Y'all niggas is trolling. Y'all are trolling. Y'all are trolling. Y'all are trolling. That sounded crazy though. Can't lie. Pause. I was honestly at the last press conference. I was honestly at that last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love the game. I still truly love this game and I have more to give. The last few weeks I have been really the last few weeks have really been special. I've never been able to have no clue what to do and take real time to just think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love to figure it all out. This is my last decision. Wow, this is my last decision. I'm not going for the money. I'm not going for family. What I'm really going what I'm really playing for at this point. I still want to sacrifice, I still want to work, I still want to grind, I still want to compete, to win and have a chance at that feeling of winning another championship. Wow. I believe I can help. Man, this is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I'm also excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA. Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be home. Okay. I am not gonna lie. Damn, this is sad. Because that I mean, this kind of does cement what everybody kind of knows is that whenever this contract is done, it's over for LeBron. This might be his last year, deadass. This might be his last year in the NBA. Wow, wow, wow. That's actually a lot. That's a lot to take in. I know y'all saying it's a 2 year deal. If I'm not mistaken, though, isn't the second year a player option? Isn't the second year a player option? Yeah, it's a player option. So regardless of this year being his last year or next year, he is like clearly wrapping this up. Regardless of what it may be, he is clearly right. This is it. He is letting you all know that he thought it was it at the end of the regular, at the end of the playoffs. He's letting you know that he had to stop and ask himself before he even went down this decision, this path. Do I still even want to keep playing basketball? I'm almost 100% sure that he has never, and I do mean never, asked himself that. I'm pretty sure that's never probably ever crossed his mind. For a lot of people who have never, I don't want to like downplay anybody, but for anyone who has never really had to ask themselves that question, do I still want to do something that I have done my entire life? A thing that I have identified with from basically the last 30 to 35 years of my life? For that to start to come in your mind, those thoughts creep in. It's without a doubt like not only over, but it's a very dangerous game to play, especially when you're an athlete. Because the level of commitment that you have to have mentally to prevent yourself from not getting hurt, to going out there playing your hardest, like there's a lot of things that come into play. I don't think a lot of people recognize that. Anytime you ever speak to an athlete, they will always tell you the moment that LeBron is at right now is a devastating one that they don't want to articulate because it's not just a career that they're concluding. It is literally who they are as an individual. These athletes have done nothing more but dedicated their entire life to this, especially when you're at the level of LeBron. This is who LeBron has been for 30 years of his life. 30. He is 40, what, 41, 42? 25 to 30 years of his life. This is who he is, and he's about to conclude it. And this is one of those things where when it's done, it's done. It's genuinely over. Like it's not like LeBron is at a point in his career where he can't do the whole I retired and I come back. Brother, you're in your 40s. When it's over, it is over. That's a degree of morality that athletes almost never have to face until this point of their career. So I have to say, when the day finally does come, when LeBron finally decides to hang it up, of course, we're going to have the moments, but please do not take all of this for granted from Bron and what he has provided and what he has given to this association, because he is letting it be known. Not only is it coming to a conclusion, it could have came to a conclusion 2 months ago. When they got eliminated out of the playoffs, that could have been the last time we ever saw LeBron. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. What else y'all saying in the chat? Stephen A. Smith, Bron to Philly video just dropped on YouTube. Watch it. It would have been a very impressive last game. It would be crazy.
It's Philly. It's Philly. Rich, there's a star by Maxie's name. Was that a breadcrumb I missed?
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, Max. But it's Philly.
Rich, we gotta stop. I don't understand. I'll be honest with y'all. I do not understand how. I don't understand how people got caught up in the Rich Paul antic. Like, I cannot. I cannot genuinely understand how people got caught up in the Rich Paul antics for the last couple of weeks. And I'm actually proud of myself that I did not sit here and milk the ever living dog shit out of a fake story. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I just don't understand it. Also though, I want to say this. I was alluding to this in the video and I'm going to say it again. Man, if you are a Philadelphia 76ers, if you are a Philadelphia 76ers fan, what a hell of a stretch this has been. This has been, like, by far the most chaotic stretch I think I've ever seen in a franchise history. This is like literally some of the most roller coaster up and down. Like, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. You started off the process watching some of the worst basketball imaginable, like not even remotely close. We're talking about seasons that didn't even conclude in more than 10 games in the win column. It was terrible. 10-72. 10-72. Hold on, wait. Okay. I wish I could do a stream, but I fucked up on the thing. Um, you started off this whole process looking at some of the worst basketball imaginable. 10-72. You were still so committed to the idea, however, that it was going to work out, that as you were watching your team get belt to backside, literally producing some of the worst rosters in NBA history, but you were still convinced. You all then drafted Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Those were the cornerstone guys, and you thought that the way in which you were going to really maximize everything is the final piece being a big three that was going to feature Markelle Fultz. I want to be fair to Markelle. In real time, everybody thought that that was the right deal. That was the right move to make. You had the assets to actually move up and get the player that you wanted. So you went from the lowest of lows in the dirt to the highest of highs, all within like a year or two time. Had yourself a big guard that can handle the ball, a shot creator in Fultz, and arguably one of the most, not even arguably, undeniably, one of the most talented bigs the league has ever seen. And within a matter of months, the whole Fultz situation fell apart. Still don't know what exactly happened to him, but he just was never the same player, regardless if it was mental or muscle memory. Like, things just didn't work out for him at all. Like, it quickly evaporated. Then you're watching Simmons miss a whole season. Then you're watching Simmons miss a lot of games. Then you're missing Embiid miss a lot of games. But when they were all, well, let me not say, but when Embiid and Simmons were on the floor with one another, brother, it quickly produced a 52-win season. 52 wins. Embiid, Simmons, 81 from Simmons, 63. You had J.J. Redick. You had a defensive wing in Robert Covington, Dario Saric, all these names. You did that even when Fultz only played 14 games. You made it to the second round of the playoffs and was going a bit toe-to-toe with a couple of these teams. But then you quickly realize, the coach we have isn't the problem. I mean, then you start to quickly realize, I don't know about this coach, right? Start piecing that together pretty quickly. I remember Philly fans were like pretty quick on the whole coach thing. You brought in Elton Brand. You thought that was going to be the decision that was going to really push you over the top. And then Elton Brand immediately went to work. He brought in even more help. You got in Tobias Harris. You got in Jimmy Butler to go alongside Joel Embiid and Simmons. JJ still there, Dario Saric, Wilson Chandler. Like, y'all had a team. And then this is when y'all started, hey, Fultz is kind of done for you. Made it to the second round. Pushed Toronto, the team that eventually won the championship, to 7 games. And at the very end of the game 7, little do you know, you potentially just got done watching the one and only true opportunity that you ever really had to make a deep postseason run up until 2026. You watch Kawhi throw up a running corner 3 that bounced around the rim 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times, and I'm pretty sure that shot felt like an eternity to you. Embiid's crying. Confetti's falling. But you are still convinced that, hey, this is going to work. This right here, this is going to work. The following year, Embiid actually plays. I remember this year. This is the bubble year. Embiid plays. Simmons is the one that's now having some issues. And as all that is happening in 2021, you all decided, hey, man, and this is when things really start to crumble apart. You decide to go with Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. You finally decided to fire Brett Brown after he was trying his hardest to get Ben Simmons to shoot, just for you to turn around and hire Doc Rivers. You sat there and watched everything try to materialize, and as I stated before, then you watch Ben Simmons. He started to have issues with his health and availability. And then everything reaches a head in 2021 because you're still trying to build a team. You lost Jimmy, you turned around, you overpaid for Al Horford. You also overpaid for Tobias Harris. And then the 2021 postseason run happens, and we all know the debacle that was that Atlanta series, where enough was enough. And Ben Simmons, despite Doc Rivers having his back, everybody else holding their tongue, Ben Simmons decides to pass up an easy layup because he was clearly afraid of being fouled and being sent to the free throw line. While all that is happening, everybody is begging them to do something with this man. He has to go. There's no rhyme or reason. He literally needs to go. He has to go. Eventually, you all pull the trigger the next season, and you make a couple of other moves as well. You end up getting not only Harden, but also Maxey. Maxey's now on the roster with a bad Tobias Harris contract, albeit, but you got new air, new life, right? Oh man, we got Embiid. We got Harden. Maxey, he looks good. Like everything just changed for you, bro. It was genuinely crazy, bro. Not only does that happen, Embiid has his best season of his career, bro. MVP, right? The following season, get more games with Harden. Joel Embiid ends up winning league MVP honors, 33, 10, and 4. Not only does he do that, but in the pursuit of 33, 10, and 4, bro, he's having back-to-back years where he's posting up crazy numbers. And on top of that, he's playing more games than what we originally thought he was going to play. 68, 66 games. Y'all managing his minutes accordingly. Everything is working out. Maxey's here. Harden's there. Daryl Morey's out there. He's searching for what needs to be done on the roster. Then you go up against Boston. Another 7-game series, man. Another one. I mean, my goodness. The way in which y'all run into 7-game series, it makes no sense. And once more, when you need Embiid to be there, it just falls apart again. He only plays 6 games. He's not 100%. You're sitting here relying on James Harden to carry you through a 7-game series. Maxey's too young. It didn't work out for you, man. It did. That did not work out for you. It didn't work out for you. Then while that's happening, your arch nemesis and Jokic ends up winning a championship that year, man. So now you're losing the who's better between Embiid and Jokic race. That shit is just crumbling apart. Now that shit is out the way. Now everybody's saying you stole an MVP award. You're not trusted anymore, man. You can't get it done. And then, after all that happens, Harden does what Harden does best. Hey, man, I need to get paid, man. And Daryl Morey, you promised me some things that ain't really shaking out. You promised me some bread, it's not there no more. So trade me. Trade me right now. You need to trade me immediately. Literally right after he aided Embiid having his best season. He helped develop Tyrese Maxey. Trade me. If you're not gonna pay me, trade me. What did y'all get in return for him? And this trade package always needs to just be brought up because I don't think people realize or remember how bad the return was for James Harden. It was a nasty one. It was a really, really, really nasty one. What they got in return was Nick Batum, old Robert Covington, KJ Martin, and Marcus Morris. Some cash, I guess, but tough to say the least. To be fair, y'all finally decided to move off of Doc Rivers. Y'all brought in what's his name? To be fair, y'all finally got off of Doc Rivers. Y'all brought in a Nurse and Nick. But the following year, first round exit, you didn't really get much. You went into a season talking about cap flexibility because you didn't want to pay Harden the amount of money that he was owed or you thought he was supposed to get, right? First round exit the following year. Next year after that, 24 fucking wins, bro. 24 wins. And you know what was the decision that got you to 24 wins the following year? After you sat there and decided to not pay James Harden, you sat there and said, I'm not going to pay him. You turned around and got so desperate that you went after Paul George and gave him the contract that he was looking for. Just for PG to only play half of the season with Embiid's injury starting to become far more severe because Embiid himself only played 19 games. So now we're talking about 19 games, 41 for Paul George, 31 for Caleb Martin. You just threw this nigga Maxey to the fucking wolves and just told him to figure it the fuck out. But hey, man, you do have a diamond in the rough. Jared McCain, man. Boy, McCain, he looked something special when he was playing, didn't he, huh, Philly fans? Out there with his fingernail painting, out there hooping out his mind. Playing good basketball. And on top of that, hey, man, even though it was a bad season, you turn around, 24 wins means you get a top pick. So the next year, you decide to go after VJ Edgecombe. He out there hooping out his mind. He playing good as hell. Goddamn, we at a point now where you maybe to just pivot in general. You got Maxey, VJ, and McCain. Who cares about Embiid? Paul George, let him go. He's here. He may help out a little bit, but at best, we still may be able to figure things out while Embiid is nursing himself so he don't have to rush because we got a bunch of young guards out here. This nigga Daryl Morey decides to trade Jared McCain for nothing more but draft picks. And not only did he trade him for nothing more but draft picks, he decided to trade him to the Oklahoma City fucking Thunder, bro. Then after that happens, this nigga Paul George fails a drug test. This nigga failed a drug test. He failed a fucking drug test, man. And while all that happened, Embiid is like, God damn, bro, I'm trying to get a break, my nigga. I need a break. Niggas misdiagnosed me. I came back early, still got hurt. I'm trying my hardest to be healthy. Everything falling apart. This nigga then gave up on McCain. Nigga decided to give a bunch of money to this nigga Paul George instead of Harden just for PG to be just as bad, if not worse than Harden. Still miss games, way more games than Harden. And this nigga on fucking pills, my nigga. Tough. Bro, tough. Like, bro, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? And then somehow it's still, and it literally happens again. You niggas see the hot, like fucking the low. I ain't gonna lie, there was a part of this season where I was like, damn, this is tough, bro. Philly can't catch a break. Just for you niggas to turn it around in the playoffs, come back from well, let me give you the more disastrous, bro. Y'all then go into the first round, go down. Y'all then go into the first round, go down 1-3, and it seems like y'all about to be eliminated in the first round, and there's going to be some real conversation that need to be had. And then just like that, everything changes. Because the amount of time Embiid missed, he come back, he dominating. Because the amount of time that Paul George missed, he actually looked good in the playoffs. VJ and Maxey, they continue out there growing. Maxey is genuinely, and I think a lot of people overlook the series that Maxey had against Boston, playing out his mind. Crazy. Crazy. Now, to be fair, the very next series against New York, you got demolished, right? You know, I think that's fair. But you can still sit back and say, hey, man, if Embiid was healthy, we might be able to do some real damage. Now, that's a huge if. But, I mean, you might be able to walk out of that series being very comfortable about the future because of Maxey and VJ at bare minimum. And then after that, in one offseason, you turn that Paul George horrific contract into Jaylen Brown. Let me say that one time. And then after that, you turn somehow that horrific Paul George contract into Jaylen Brown. You went from an aging star that was getting paid way too much money into a star that's not even 30 yet. Someone who was just inherently better. Undeniably better. Undeniably. And then you conclude this offseason with a few other acquisitions as well, but as we all now know, the biggest one of them all being LeBron James. This hell of a run. This is the most chaotic franchise I think. Bro, the ups and downs have been crazy. They have genuinely been crazy. Also, yeah, they did fire Daryl Morey. Yes, that is true. Crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a franchise have this many ups and downs. I don't think I've ever seen it. I genuinely just don't think I've ever seen it. It is some of the most ridiculous things. I will also say this. LeBron certainly knows how to pick a narrative. Because if there was one fan base that was going to be extraordinarily appreciative of LeBron's services, it was going to be Philly. Without a doubt. The Sixers are at a point right now where as long as they make it to the conference finals, he's fine. He's like, because they were so bleak, they were so in the dumps. He's cool. He's cool. No, not Cleveland potentially, but from reports are claiming that LeBron wanted them to trade and try to get Kyrie. And there's a lot of Cleveland fans who are already upset that they traded to get James Harden. So, there's that. Somebody asked me, how do I rank these teams in the upcoming season in the Eastern Conference? Great question. I do think that, out of respects to New York, I'll give you number one. The way in which they were able to respond after losing Mitchell Robinson by adding Andre Drummond, good. Toronto, still got to wait to see if you're able to add Kawhi, because we still don't know. Hypothetically speaking, if they do add Kawhi, I can see them being second. Pacers are going to be up there as well, but I'm going to stop right there before we get to Indiana. I would then say Philly is third. I would say Philly's third. And I'm going to make my winners and losers videos, but the biggest losers is every single last Eastern Conference team that either didn't do anything or got worse. Every Eastern Conference team that did nothing or got worse, you're fucking stupid. You are fucking stupid. Boston, you're stupid. Detroit, you're stupid. You're dumb. Orlando, you're stupid. You're stupid. Hornets might have regressed or they really pivoted in a different direction. I'm fine with that. Cleveland, you're stupid. You're stupid. Atlanta, though I don't think you're necessarily dumb, the Lou Dort acquisition, I like the defense, but you clearly had an offensive problem. You had an offensive problem. And you're dumb for holding on to Zachary Ricochet for as long as you did. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're just dumb. Because now, I'm be honest with you, everything else that y'all are building is so meaningless. It's dumb. Low, when the Pelicans video dropping, don't worry. That as I'm moving out, there's a couple of videos I have lined up. The Pelicans deciding to do absolutely nothing. Just what? There's like 3 to 4 players on that roster that they are just literally wasting. Like, come on, my nigga. It's part of the reason why we really don't need expansions. We already got enough dumb general managers and execs in this league right now. So I don't know why we need even more of them. Lo, please spare my Warriors. No, because they're going to get a dedicated video because they are also stupid. They're fucking dumb. They're moronic. They're idiots. And everybody who keep this, you know what? Actually, I didn't say this in the video. I'm gonna say it later on, but I said this on the timeline yesterday. Oh, just so y'all know, the reason why this is the worst possible time, nigga, I was out getting a massage. My feet have been killing me, so I was like, let me go get a massage real quick. This nigga Bron, he ain't gonna make no decision on a Friday. Fuck. My dumbass. I was literally in the middle of the middle of the massage. Raquel is blowing up my phone and texting me. She's like, so you still gonna finish it? I saw my message. You still gonna finish the massage? I had, the little sugar stuff they put on your feet, like the sugar scrub. I'm like, I have no other choice but to finish this massage. I have no other choice, man. I literally no other choice, bro. I literally have no other choice. My feet are as sweet as they can be right now. Sugar scrubs, water all on my fucking feet, bro. It's done. I can't hop out and do we're here now. I am far too deep into this massage, so it's done. The more I think about it, the more I realize the Warriors are about to blow another opportunity legitimately, add some talent around stuff. Okay, so here are did you see the reports? This right here. I hate this logic. That's excessive. He played with some of the best depth any star has ever seen, including being on arguably the greatest team ever at one point. Yeah, it sucks that the last few years have been wasted, but let's not be dramatic and act like Golden State hasn't done right by him. Please, respectfully, please, shut the fuck up. What's up? Who's saying low? Why are you saying low? Oh, that's Huntington. Hold on, Huntington. Hold on. Where I was looking for you earlier. Hold on, Huntington. Hold on. Respectfully to the people who keep saying that shit, no. Please shut the fuck up. And y'all niggas saying like, oh, he's kind of right. Stop. Okay? First things first. The front office and the executives in Golden State right now did nothing. They haven't done anything. Stop giving these niggas credit for shit that the other regime did. Please stop. The niggas who are here now have not done a goddamn thing. Stop. The only thing that these niggas are doing are literally what the front office right now is doing is nothing more but preparing for Curry to retire instead of maximizing what he's done left. Okay? So that's A. B, this argument of, well, he's had several years where he has played on great teams. I'm not going to be disingenuous, and I'm not going to talk about the first part of his career because they were building, right? I'm not going to be disingenuous and say that. But let's count the years. Let's count how many years that Curry has been on really great rosters. Can we start in 20? If I start in 2015, is that fair? Chat, let me know, is that fair? Is that fair if I start in 2015? Yes. Somebody said 2013. Yeah. Starting 14. I'll meet y'all in the middle. We'll start in 14. We'll start in 14. 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. That's 6 seasons. 6. I want everybody to understand something right now before we continue down this path. Curry, again, I'm not gonna count the beginning part of his career because I'm gonna be as fair as possible, because obviously when Curry came into the league, no one was anticipating for him to be, play at this level. But just so we know, we're talking about a 17-year career, right? 6 of them. Okay. So we have 6. I'm not even going to count 2020. Pivot year, right? You're trying to rebound and rebuild. Not even going to count 2020. 2021 is an ass year. 2022 is at best a mid-year, but that's another subpar roster. 2023 is bad. 2024 is bad. And then 2025 is a fuck no. Half of 2026 is where Jimmy Butler is on the roster, and then they're going to have another half of the season coming up where he's not on the team either. Hello?
Real quick, you said 2022. They won a championship, right?
Yeah, but it still wasn't that great of a roster.
Oh, yeah, but it still wasn't that great. All right.
The point I'm about to make, and we can even still take away 2022. 21, not 22, 23, 24, 25, and then half of 26. And then if we have the beginning half of this season, that will make 5 years. We're talking about 5 to 6 years of Curry being on a roster that was really great, and 5 years where Curry's been on a roster that's bad. It's basically splitting down the fucking middle. Splitting down the middle. We are literally splitting down the middle how many good seasons and bad seasons where he's been on the rosters that have been adequate or not adequate. We are down the middle. I ask you, first of all, out of all the all-time greats, nigga, 5 or 6 seasons? Are we serious? Shaq has had more. LeBron has had more. Jordan has had more. Kobe, Kobe has had more. Duncan has had more. Kareem certainly has had more. Bird has had more. What all-time great are you thinking about outside of probably Hakeem, where they've only had 5 or 6 teams that were good enough to really win? What are we talking about? That's just normal. Nigga, everyone else in the top 10 has more. But more importantly, nigga, nobody had told themselves, hey, Tim, we're done making moves and improving the roster. So we're done competing for a championship in 2011. We're just going to prepare for you to retire. They weren't doing that. No one gave a fuck about what they did in the years leading up to 2009, 10, 11. They just kept making moves. No one did not sit there and say, Kareem, you've done enough. 83, 84 came around. You done enough. We'll just keep the roster as it is. No, they kept moving Norm Nixon and Jamal Wilkes. They brought in Byron Scott and James Worth. They kept making moves. No one didn't tell Larry Bird when he came in, we already won a championship. The roster is as good as it is right now. You can actually keep winning, so we're done making moves. No, they added Bill Walton, Danny Ainge, Dennis Johnson. They kept adding talent. In what world do you believe in that a front office should be allowed to not do their job? What world do we live in? What world do we what sense does any of that make? We've won already with you. And not even we, the other executives in front office, and not even we, the other executives in front office and decision makers, they have won with you. So that should allow us to not do anything at all. And it'd be one thing if we were sitting here asking them to do something extravagant. Nigga, we're telling you to just trade Jimmy Butler for AD. We're telling you to potentially not draft Wiseman and Kuminga. We're telling you to trade Kuminga and B-Pods for Lauri Markkanen or Pascal Siakam. Like no one is even asking them to make a crazy decision, a tough. They're just asking them to do something very easy. I was not telling you to trade Draymond. Hell, nobody was even telling you to trade or move off of Clay. What we're saying is, hey, that 30 to 40, how much ever money Chris Paul was making on an expiring, do something with that. That's all. That's all they're asking. And then you end up getting so desperate that you had to settle with Jimmy Butler after you moved Wiggins, when the entire time everyone was asking you to make a move that would have had you still keep Wiggins on the roster. So you're telling me that it's too much to ask to trade B-Pods and Kuminga and not draft players, but you are more willing to make far more difficult decisions, such as moving off of Clay and Andrew Wiggins, my nigga? What are we... this is not even a conversation. It's not even a conversation, bro. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Like that argument just bothers me. Please stop. To watch Stephen Curry go into another year where the only other shot creator around him and elite offensive weapon around him is going to miss half of the season. Please fucking stop. You're done. It's over with. It's fucking over with, bro. It's over with, bro. It's done. They wasted away. They're about to legitimately waste away 6 to 7 great years of Curry. It's done. It's done. It's so fucking done, bro. It's done. Elite, you say? I actually believe that Curry is way better than what people recognize, but it's far more difficult to flip the switch and be that caliber of player when you're 38 years old and you're asking to do that routinely and consistently. At 38, to be just telling him to do that over and over. And as soon as Curry has adequate help around him, he looks like still a top 10 player in the league. But it's harder for you to sustain that level when you're the only competent or really great offensive player on the floor.
Yo. Yeah. Hold up. One second.
What was the business?
LeBron announced he's going to the Sixers, which the reason why I was telling you that all that stuff was false.
Right.
You know, all this speculation. And again, these guys are just trying to do their job. So I'm not, but ultimately, you know, we wanted to be very, very, very tight to the
Sure.
vest
Of course.
because, it was a tough decision for him.
And did he just make the decision? How long has he known about the Sixers?
He just really decided on it, like
100%.
bang, bang, yeah.
Was it down to the Sixers and Golden State at the end?
It was pretty layered across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's huge news. The
Yeah.
Sixers have now acquired Jaylen Brown and LeBron James in this offseason
Yeah.
to go with Embiid if he's healthy, Maxey, and who the guy no one talks about is Edgecombe, by the way, who's not only explosive athletically, like really a dynamic player and had an excellent rookie season, but played very well in the playoffs. Like, you got to see how a young player like that performs when the lights get brighter and the stakes get higher and you play better teams. He's going to be like, he's already good, but he has a chance to be much better than good.
Yeah, and I think, adding someone like LJ to that fold, I think it's, when you have a mix of young and old, you need young to.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Why don't y'all call LeBron LJ? Why don't y'all fake the funk and act like y'all know LeBron? Yeah. I'm surprised, like, LeBron fans don't do that. Yeah, I'm about to go watch LJ. Y'all should do that shit. On some real shit. Like, his real niggas call him LJ. All that LBJ and Bron shit, y'all niggas, y'all outsiders when y'all talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should say like LJ. Yeah, I'm about to go watch my nigga LJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, whatever LJ decides to pick, that's where I'm going. Niggas gonna be like, LJ, who's LJ? You call him Braun and shit, but I go way back. You know what I'm saying? I go way back, no time machine. You know what I'm saying? So, you call him LeBron or Braun. Some niggas call him King. Maybe even Daddy. I call him LJ though. So that's just how we are though. Swiping up LJ, knowing that that's like Larry Johnson's like name is crazy. That's crazy. Performative as earbuds too. Very, very performative. Very performative earbuds. Like, what are we doing right now? It's official. The wait is over. LeBron to Philadelphia. This is a ring chase?
LeBron James. LeBron James.
This is the most unserious nigga. The fact that I knew that this nigga was literally going to yell in my ear when he got on his mic is crazy. This nigga is so predictable. I knew this nigga was going to sit here and yell in my ear. Before we get into that, the governor is saying LeBron is coming to Philly by the power vested in me as the governor of the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and a diehard Sixers fan. I hereby proclaim today to be LeBron James Day. And this is what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, this what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. LeBron needed to go to a team where niggas is gonna appreciate him. Nick, you know what I'm saying? Cleveland might have taken it for granted too much. He go to Golden State, that's not really your team. KD done already proved that to us. You go to San Antonio, that ain't really your team, bro. That's not really your team. That's gonna be Wemby roster. You go to Miami, it ain't really gonna work that way, brother. You go to Philly though, a team that's like thirsty. Oh my God, they're begging for something to happen. Every single last also to my Philly fans, have a fucking backbone. Please, I am begging you to have a backbone. I'm begging you. Because the one thing that was very intelligent about this, if LeBron wants to continue to grow his army and regime of the persistent fan base that he has, winning a championship or even making it to the finals in Philadelphia would grow it even more. Oh my God, it would grow it even more. It's already big now, but doing this, nigga, if you thought it was insufferable before, nigga, in Philly, bro, they so desperate for anything that it don't matter what this man does, they're gonna be on their knees. They're gonna be on their knees, bro. That's it, bro. This nigga is now scooped up another city. He done came to another city, scooped up a bunch of other grown fucking men, scooped them up. This will be another fan base that will be riding till the wheels fall off. Riding till the wheels fall off. Because they have nothing else outside of Allen Iverson in 1 year of the process to really hang their hat on. Nigga, they about to be right. So I'm telling you, Philly fans, because I already know what Bron fans are about to do. Bron fans are about to, boom, kick down the fucking door and be talking to you all recklessly. They about to set the groundwork and everything, making sure y'all don't say a fucking peep about who and what LeBron does, no matter if it's good, bad, or indifferent. You better not ever criticize LeBron. And they will always remind you who you were before LeBron got there. Always, they will always remind you. And if you don't have a single fucking spine, your team will forever be recognized as another organization LeBron was able to just put his imprint on. And the crazy part about it is, Laker fans, there were enough Laker fans to never allow that to happen. And also the Lakers are just way too big of an organization. Cleveland, they can, Cleveland is LeBron's team. Let's be fair. That is LeBron's team. Miami, he did that at the right time. So there's people to this day who, started watching basketball and they remember the Heatles and what LeBron did. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day. And because Wade basically bowed down and said, hey, man, it's your team, Miami Heat fans, they followed suit. Bro, if Philly fans do that as well, man, bro, it's done, bro. It's done. Man, it's done. It's done. And B not even going to be out there enough for him to even have a say-so. Damn, bro. And I know Philly fans, bro. I know Philly fans. But to my Sixers fans, to my real Sixers fans out there, bro, be ready for the LeBron shit, bro. Be ready for the LeBron fans, bro. Every single time Bron has a bad game and you try to criticize him, this nigga is going to remind you of Ben Simmons. They're going to remind you of how bad Embiid was. They're going to remind you of what Jaylen Brown did that exact same game as well. They're going to remind you if VJ Edgecombe or Maxey had a bad game. They will remind you. They're going to tell you about it. LeBron could objectively have a bad game. It does not matter. If anybody else had just as bad or even slightly of a better game, they're still going to point that out. Don't matter. If everybody else played great and LeBron played bad, they're just going to remind you about Ben Simmons and James Harden. And oh my God, if LeBron plays good and everybody else plays bad, oh my days, you niggas are finished. You niggas is done. Oh my God. If LeBron, this will be another organization for sure. For sure. Niggas will sit here and say, LeBron saved. Oh my God. Despite the fact that Maxey has improved, VJ is one of the best young guards in the NBA. They changed Paul George to Jaylen Brown, Embiid will probably play the most games he's played in a postseason run. It doesn't matter because before LeBron got here, it don't matter what happened in between. Before LeBron got here, y'all were a 45-win team that got swept in the second round. Who gives a fuck about any of the other context? If you all make it to the NBA Finals, you ain't even got to win. It's done. It's done. You're done. You're done. You're done, bro. You niggas will be the Philadelphia LeBrons. You niggas will be the Philadelphia Ixers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ladelphia. That's what y'all about to be, bro. That's what y'all about to be, my nigga. That's what y'all about to be, bro. So, it's tough. It's tough. Laker fans mad? No, I actually think this season's going to be comical. The more I think about it, it's going to be comical. That nigga Embiid better be healthy, ready to go. Y'all remember the same way they were talking about how Luka, he's going to be groomed by LeBron and his seriousness and his professionalism. He'll be groomed by LeBron for sure. For sure, he's going to get groomed by LeBron. If there's one person that can really get him in shape, just whip him into shape, it'll be LeBron. They're going to say the same thing about this nigga Embiid, bro. They're going to say the same thing about Embiid. If this nigga Maxey takes a step back because how many chefs are in the kitchen now, it won't be LeBron's fault. It won't be LeBron's fault. I promise you it won't be. This nigga Jaylen Brown, you better get a left hand quick. You better not ice nobody out this offense. Oh my God, Jaylen Brown. Nigga, you better come play real basketball, my nigga. Oh my God. Y'all niggas saying it's a nasty segment, and yet y'all know what I'm saying is true. Y'all know what I'm saying is true. That's a crazy. Y'all niggas, it's a nasty segment. Y'all niggas know what I'm saying is true. Y'all know what I'm saying is true. Yeah, all right. Say less. I'm recording this shit too. All y'all niggas who saying it's not. Every single time I go on my timeline and I see that shit throughout the regular season, I will be bookmarking it. I will be screenshotting it, and I'm gonna make a compilation. I promise you. Look at y'all niggas, bro. Y'all know it's so nasty. Y'all niggas know it's about to happen. Some of y'all niggas did it this past season. Y'all niggas know. I know you niggas know already. Y'all niggas know what's good. I've been a Laker fan that entire time, bro. We know what's up. That nigga Matt right now. This nigga Matt finally gonna be able to go to sleep on time, bro. Matt is gonna be able to go to sleep on time. All his teams are in the Eastern Conference. Because we know this nigga not really a Laker fan. Matt, the jig is up. Matt, the jig is up, bro. You know, and Staffa, y'all good now. Y'all niggas get to go to sleep at 11 o'clock. Because all the games going to be Eastern Conference games. So y'all good. Yeah, y'all good. No more waiting up late. You know what I'm saying? West Coast time is done. Yeah, y'all good, bro. Matt, Staffa, y'all good, bro. Matt, don't even... Spare me. Don't even talk to me. Like, come on, be serious, bro. You're gonna be watching the Wizards and the Sixers. Let's be serious. Come on, Matt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we good. So congrats to the LeBron fans. Y'all back on East Coast time. Y'all back in the easier conference. So maybe you make a deeper run. You know what I'm saying? And West got a little too tough for you. I understand it. It's not made for everybody. It's not made for everybody. You know, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not made for everybody. So I get it. So I get that shit. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You stack the deck enough out in the East, you're good. So I get it. Make a couple more deep postseason runs. I get it. I get it, man. But next year's gonna be crazy. I can't lie. Next year will be crazy. All right. So I actually already have this video recorded. The stuff that I was talking about earlier was pertaining to the whole Emmanuel Acho situation. I saw some of the Gil stuff. I feel like some of the Gil stuff he said on To the Baja very repetitive to what he said on 7 p.m. If he said something specifically different that I didn't hear, you can put in the chat, or if you can tell me the yeah, you can tell me. I mean, if you want to. Oh, he added some things. Oh shit, what did he add? Oh, this might be another video. Huh? Did he add anything of substance that would make me make a whole nother video? Oh, he brought up the actual name. I know one of the names was Jeremy. I don't know if that was the one he fucked with, or that's the one he didn't like. Oh, Liam. That is the one he didn't like. Yeah, I think Jeremy was the one he fucked with. Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy was a good guy. Okay. Hold on, chat. Hello? Hello? Oh, damn. Hold on. No, I'm not in DC. I'm in Atlanta. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'll be right back. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Okay. I went outside to move the car. Raquel is in love with that car so much so that even though it would have been easier for her to just take the Tesla, she still made me move the Tesla so she can get the Porsche. It's just ridiculous. Okay. Um. Is there anything I really need to watch in that video or in that stream? The only reason why I'm asking is because, truth be told, um, I do have to kind of help them out with these videos. Okay, Rashad would know nothing about that. There better be a Brunson video. Yes, there will be. I mean, a Brunson jersey. Yes, there is going to be a Brunson jersey, without a doubt. Um, Someone reminded me to give me. Okay, whatever. All right, let me say this real quick so I can wrap up the stream. Now, these are things that I've already talked about in a video that I actually already have on the channel right now, but I will. Oh, that's Trey. Oh, hold on. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I brushed that shit off like he was just somebody trolling me. Okay, hold on, hold on. Oh, it is Trey. I can't. Oh no, wait. Okay. Um. mm, Um. Yeah, how do I make Trey a mod? Hold on, Trey. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me do this. I want to do this real quick. Click on the name. I've done this. Oh, here it is. Right. I'm stupid. All right, you're mine now. Um, that was dumb as fuck as me. All right, let me just say this real quick. I've already made this video. I've already put it on the what you call it. However, I do want to make a clarifying note to said video because there are, I guess, developing information that I'll respond on my own time and I'll keep it a bit close to the touch. Um, but part of the reason why I am not going to not only apologize, but I'm going to stand 10 toes down on my statements and my belief about what I said, specifically about Emmanuel Acho and the decision to do what he decides to do. I want to make a further clarification on something. If you did not watch my video or if you did not give it the opportunity and chance to at least hear out what I was saying, I don't think that you should try to come and comment to me or tell me how I should perceive or what I need to say in my video specifically or try to critique what I said because you clearly didn't hear what I said. So, specifically to the claims about Emmanuel Acho purchasing viewership and that he went in that route. Again, anyone who watched the video or understood the context of what I said, it's very clear that the reason why I made those assumptions is based off of the watch time. That uploading an image of your analytics of it saying that you had 8 million views but only 1.1 million watch hours is a bit odd, right? It's such a low number for the amount of content that is being produced that it strikes a bit of a concern for anybody who is an actual YouTuber who knows what an adequate amount of watch time would look like for someone who posts the amount of content that they post. So, Emmanuel, you will see it in the video, but Emmanuel and them, somebody gave another super chat. It wasn't me. Somebody gave a super chat. They responded, and Emmanuel basically brushed it off like, oh, well, he needed to get his views up because the gentleman on the right of him, I believe, or maybe the left, informed him that the video had 19,000 views. We did this last time we were on stream, 19,000 views in the first hour and a half. It's over 100,000 now. Telling me to get my views up from a channel that struggles to get over 30,000 views consistently is crazy, right? However, somebody saying Braun News, brother, we're almost 2 hours into this stream. I'm about to wrap it up. You missed a lot. But I want to say this to everybody else. People who find this channel and you decide not to watch the content on the channel but still have something to say about what I am saying, especially when I am responding and giving you adequate, fair context behind the things in which you were saying, but deciding not to do the same to me, I just, there's nothing more for me to really say. Nothing more for me to really say. My comment about Emmanuel Acho or whoever, right, runs that channel, potentially purchasing views, had everything to do with the watch time and the views not necessarily correlating. However, even in the video and even in even other posts, it was really just questioning why is it that your watch time is that low. But the watch time number being low and the views that's being posted and all that other stuff, right, has nothing to do with anybody else in the work that's being put in behind the scenes. Literally nothing. It has nothing to do with any work that anybody is putting in behind the scenes, because clearly work is being done behind the scenes to mass produce the amount of content that has been uploaded. Okay? However, and the biggest reason why I'm going to stand 10 toes on what I said, and why I may even get out of my body depending on what exactly was just sent to me, it is sensitive as hell for you all to go on a platform and critique and criticize people with very little information on what you are talking about. Left, right, up, down, and center. And then as soon as someone does that to you, you not only brush it off as hate, but now all of a sudden there's a DM I'm receiving about a bunch of nonsense that I never even alluded to. There's no way that you could ever be that sensitive when you do it every single time you all upload a fucking video. You got Emmanuel Acho making whole videos about a grape allegation, and yet you're coming to me about a tweet that I posted. Now, as I say that, let me read this real quick. Okay. So after I've read this in totality, I'm gonna triple down on what I said. Now I'm gonna triple down on it. Now I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. Nigga, you pussy, nigga. Nigga, get the fuck out of my DMs, nigga. You are pussy. You're pussy, nigga. God damn, my nigga. Holy fuck. You are pussy. Nigga, y'all go on a platform every day and talk about a bunch of nonsense that you are not informed on at all. And even in the conversation we're having right now, you still are not informed on it. But since you want to reference my, and not even like in a negative way, but since you want to reference my expertise, here, let me help you out even further. Congratulations to you all and all the success that you all have gotten. As a sidebar, I said this in the original video. Congrats. Congrats on all that success. As I said in my second video that I'm definitely going to post now, hopefully it lasts 10 years, nigga. Hopefully it does. You, just like that nigga Emmanuel Acho, bragging about views during a period of time that Nightcap is not on right now, further lets me know you niggas don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This nigga bragging about volume shooting numbers when the watch time is bad, and you think that that is something to brag about, further lets me know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This nigga is running around talking about 8 million views on north of 130 uploads on long form content. Really, it's 7 million because 1 million of it is short form. This would be the equivalent of a nigga bragging about scoring 30 points. Somebody said on 30 shots, no. For y'all to understand how crazy this will be the equivalent of somebody bragging about 30 points on 50 shots and 15 free throw attempts. That's what it would be like. And then calling it growth. That's what it would be like. Respectfully, sir, you don't know what you're talking about. You do not know, which is fine. I don't think that you should know. I don't think most people do know. But for the people who do know, we all laughed in unison when the nigga made the post. And in further question, in unison, why the fuck is your watch time hours that low with the amount of views that you produce? And also, when you make information like that public, when it's private, and just leave it as is without any explanation, of course, people are going to speculate. The same way that you niggas do on that fucking podcast. Holy fuck. But even in my speculation, especially when you watch the video, even I really didn't even spend that much time on it. I gave grace. And after it was explained, I literally said, hey, that's an admirable response and reasoning to why he decided to go on that path. But again, when you don't watch the video and you decide to come to conclusions on your own, you once more sound ignorant as fuck. Just as ignorant as Acho running around talking about how when he learned that the video only had 19,000 and would have the audacity to tell me to get my views up. When 19,000 for you all is on par with damn near 60 to 80% of the content that you all produce. If any video of mine got 18, 19, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, if any video that I produce does not hit at bare minimum 80,000 views, I would have thought I uploaded it on another channel. So to sit there and to tell me to get my views up is laughable. But that further displayed who Emmanuel Acho is as an individual. Instead of actually interacting with fair criticism, he dismissed what I decided to say about him because the viewer count wasn't where he thought it needed to be, without even knowing that the video eventually got to over 100,000 views. But telling me to get my views up, where if you combine my two channels, where I still upload far less long form content than you all, my overall viewership in long form content to you all on YouTube is basically the same, which is the reason why I know what the watch time hours should look like. But since you want me to be continuously be fair, yes, you all probably don't purchase views. The reason why your watch time is probably that low, and this actually is worse, is because you all either A, create content that people are not that interested and invested in, which would also explain why the subscriber count has not really budged and why your floor is still relatively the same, regardless of how much growth you think that you all have had from a per upload basis in terms of videos. Viewership may have seen a slight bump over the past handful of days, but that also could be attributed to the fact that Nightcap is not on right now. Getting out your body and running laps in a moment like this is nuts to me. But again, those are mistakes that are made by a rookie. Coming from a nigga who's done it 10 years strong, you should never, ever, ever do what y'all are doing. Because there's going to be waves of all of this. But you don't know that. You don't know that. That's why posting that shit looked odd. Let's take it another step forward. Another reason why your watch time may not be that low, that low, or the audience retention is what it is because every single time you upload a video, y'all niggas spam the same 1 minute ad read, which fucks up the audience retention, which is more than likely what ends up happening. That's more than likely what ends up happening. Why that is important to acknowledge is because as you all have made your commitments to draft or to prize picks, right? Yeah, prize picks. You then have allowed your analytics to be known to the world, which then makes it more difficult for everybody else to negotiate because whatever you all have received, more than likely is crumbs. That's now the baseline for what everybody else is more than likely going to receive. But again, a rookie mistake. So the criticism that is being given to you all, I can't speak to everybody. I can't speak to everybody because I do believe the initial what you call it? Like I want you look at Nightcap fam, y'all really F with us for real, for real. 1 billion organic YouTube views. We can't thank y'all enough for coming for the sport and staying for the stories. This cannot be accurate. Don't forget don't forget Unc got like 500 million views sitting over here on Speakeasy YouTube channel too. Y'all make sure to subscribe here to the show and linked it. So this just happened. So are you going to have the balls to address that nigga when he literally just did the exact same thing? Or is that just content? Or is that just cool? I'm pretty sure they also have a team of people that they pay, that they work very hard for. I'm pretty sure they... Are you going to take the moment to sit here and address him? Or is it the same way that I said earlier? Nigga, you pussy! Get the fuck out of my DMs talking about nonsense. No one said anything, and I do mean no one said anything about anybody in any work they did or did not do behind the scenes. You all clearly put in the time because it's a bunch of content that you all upload. But if I said this before, I'm going to keep saying it. But if I want to get off a troll, if I want to say something, it's a bridge too far. When Emmanuel Acho has been effectively trolling these niggas, and I do think he's just trolling. I don't think it's like all that serious. But when Emmanuel Acho is trolling them for the better part of the last like 2 weeks now, because if I'm not mistaken, Acho has like multiple posts like this where he's like trolling them in terms of again, you posting posting your stats is crazy, bro. Jesus. This is under mine. Oh, this is under mine. Be very mindful. Emmanuel Acho did not know about my tweet until recently, so let's be clear. If you saw us walking on water, you would say it was because we couldn't swim. Brother, I am nowhere near close going to ever compare you to Jesus Christ. Never, ever, ever will I ever compare you to Jesus Christ. And if I saw you walking on water, I would just say that you're doing it in a kiddie pool. That's shallow as hell. Because that's who you are. You're shallow, my nigga. You're flaunting vanity metrics. That's what I would probably say. I would say, just like you, that pool that you're walking on is just shallow. You're not walking on water. Or I could also say, you're probably just walking on some steps that are that's right underneath the water that you're walking on, that you inherited from another nigga. That's what I would also probably say. But I wouldn't say it's because you couldn't swim. I would say something like that. I probably wouldn't say that. But you're right. We paid 105,000 people to watch our show for 24 minutes. And we paid an extra for the 435 that subscribed. The fact that bro. Oh my God. Hold on. I want everybody to understand. The way that average, and this is where it goes again. Average. We paid 105,000 people to watch our show for 24 minutes. That's not how that works. It's an average. 105,000 people didn't watch your show for 24 minutes. It's an average, Emmanuel Acho. Again, I know you're not, like you're clearly not aware of what's going on. I get it, Emmanuel Acho. I know. You further continue to prove this fact all the time. You do not know what you're talking about at all. I get it. I get it. Also, is this like this is in the season? This is in the regular season? Or this is in the playoffs? Yeah, this is this nigga went to go This nigga went to go find his career high. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. This is so bad. This is so bad, bro. Jesus Christ. This is so bad. So I want you all to understand why niggas would say this. Okay, remember the number that he gave you. 24 minutes. Remember that. 24 minutes. The stream where Gil and I did for 3 hours, it was 42 minutes. 42. Now let me try to find what exactly what exactly is the video in question. Matter of fact, Acho and Shady react to Eagles loss. Okay, let me make sure to Eagles loss. Okay. So that's a 2.5 hour long video. Okay, so we're not that far removed. Your video's 2.5 hours. The stream that I just referenced was 3 hours. And my average viewership was 42. It was basically damn near double the amount. Okay? Do you understand why people would put that into question? Do you understand why now? The 30-minute difference should not make up the doubling. Do you understand that now? And again, only a fool would come on the internet and brag about these numbers. Do y'all get it now? Do y'all get it? Do you understand why somebody would come to that conclusion? No one in their right mind would ever show this at all if they knew a lick about anything pertaining to YouTube. You had a 2.5 hour fucking stream. A 2.5 hour stream. And you couldn't even get 30 minutes. You couldn't even get 25. Do you understand why? Also, to Emmanuel Acho, that, because Jesus Christ. Do you understand that average view duration does not mean that 105,000 people in unison watched for that amount of time? Do you understand that? Do you understand that it could easily be perceived that you probably did have quite a few people who watched a lot of what you were showing? And then for the number to be as low as it is in terms of your average view duration, that potentially either people were so disinterested in what you all were producing that they either left early or it's botted. Do you understand why? And it's so sad that he and this other nigga that's DMing me do not understand it. So the fact that you're even interacting with me and trying to believe that you're proving a point is crazy. And I want everybody to also understand this as well, because I did not say the watch time that I've garnered over my last 28 days. Right? I didn't say it. But very similar to this being 42 minutes comparative to his 23 minutes, it's like that. That's how much of a gap that it is. It's that much of a gap. That's why niggas would say that. Also, just because you're getting paid handsomely does not mean that there wouldn't be an incentive for him to bot his views. I'm not even saying that he does it, because the only other way around it would be that you all produce content that is so uninteresting that niggas don't even want to watch. That would be the other way that we would have to go. So fine, you don't bot your views. But to be clear, there would actually be an incentive for him to bot his views, because the only way, not the only way, but the easier way for him to land the prize pick deal that he landed is if he reaches a certain viewership threshold. So there actually would be a benefit of him botting his views. There would be. But fine. You don't bot him. The only other response would be that niggas are so disinterested in what you are producing that potentially your videos show up in their subscription feed because you have access to 2.6 million people, and they click it, they watch it, and then they leave. That's what that would literally be the only other way to view it, which is part of the reason why you don't inherit a channel. You just go build it yourself so you can build your own algorithm, so you don't have to entice a bunch of people who may not be interested in the content that you are producing. Because in the long run, it can potentially hurt the growth of the channel. Because anyone who's been doing this, especially successfully, over the course of 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years, knows that a lot of the metrics that you all are talking about isn't really growth. You're just volume shooting. Growth is when your floor, not only in live streams, but also visuals, starts to reach to a point where you don't have to really volume shoot as often as you all do. But you showing me 8.1 million views, nigga, you're showing me a box score that says 30 points on 50 shot attempts. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. But I just want people to understand. I just want people to understand why. When did Charlie V go off on Emmanuel Acho? I don't know. But I just want people to understand that's why. That's why people would say those things about you. Just want y'all to know that. I just want y'all to know that's the reason why. Okay? Just want y'all to know. Here's another example. This video, this is a live stream. An hour and 24. 2 hours and 30 minutes. So basically a whole hour more than this live stream. And my average view duration is on par with what this man just posted on the live stream that is a whole hour, a whole hour, less than yours. Do you understand why people would question that? Whew, boy. Whew, boy. But hey, man, have at it. You don't botch your views. Niggas just clearly are not that interested in what you're producing, so they end up leaving. Okay. I don't know, like, I don't know what other way you can. I just, there's literally no other way that you can actually break it down. There's literally no other way. Like, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Jesus. Oh, I saw this. I saw this. Yeah. I saw this. Yeah. But all right, chat. Ah, man. Like the audacity of a nigga trying to share his analytics again is crazy. It's just crazy. Are your view durations better, or is that the average on a live? I would have to go look at, like, cause to be honest with you, I don't really care too much about live stream view duration. It's more so about the videos that you upload, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. It's way more important about the videos that you upload. And also be very mindful, chat. Be very mindful that this is a career high for him. This is one of his better. This actually, you know what? We can go see. Nigga, is that the best stream y'all have ever done? It's the best stream. So that means that might be actually y'all best. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Ooh, 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 ooh. L, my nigga. Oh my days. Oh my days. No way. That that's your career high and it still looks that way. Whew. Whew, boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious, chat. I cannot, bro. I cannot take any of these niggas serious, bro. I can't. I just can't do it. I don't know how y'all niggas want me to take niggas like this serious. I can't. I just can't do it. I'm trying to figure out. Let me go to like a relatively bad stream that still has like. I don't want to use any Game 7 streams. I just want to use a normal, regular stream. Damn, I forgot I stopped streaming for a second once we pivoted over to Twitch. Damn. So I only have playoff streams. Damn. I don't want to use a game because I'm pretty sure the game, like Game 7 OKC, I'm pretty sure like the retention is fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fine. Yeah, I don't want to use a Game 7. I don't. That would be unfair. I don't want to do, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do a career. I just want to use like an average stream, but I forgot. We stopped dual streaming. Damn, bro. Fuck, man. I don't know what to tell you niggas. I don't know what to Bro, as a YouTuber, bro, the nigga is flexing his career high. It's literally coming to me saying, "Look, my career high is 60 points." And then you look at the shot attempts and it's like, yeah, but you took like 70 shots. Like that's he doesn't even understand. That is what's so mind-blowing. He doesn't actually even understand that this isn't a flex. He doesn't understand that this isn't a flex. He doesn't even know what average view duration is. All right, Chad, I gotta go. LeBron signed, so I need to help them out and make this video. All right, chat. We'll see y'all later, man.